Incredible. Tonight's Crypto.com performance bonus winner is Rob Trujillo. He's going to get $10,000 in crypto provided by Crypto.com. 4 other bonus winners, Godfrey, Manu, Terp, and DeBell. First question.
Frank, 5 knockouts tonight. Not necessarily the biggest names in the sport, but incredible talent and depth. Talk to me about putting this fight card together and how you feel it delivered.
Yeah, listen, first one on the road. We were just talking in the back. This was, I know we say this every time, but we felt like this was the best event we've had so far. I think you could tell being on the road, the crowd was super into it. I mean, they're starting to recognize these guys and chant along and root for people. So love to see that. And yeah, everyone performed. It was good to get people like Terp back. It was good to see new faces. Zakir keeps doing his thing, and our champs are dominant.
I mean, the city, the posters around all the bars, the billboards in the city, the largest venue that you've ever been to. Can you confirm it was a sellout, and do you have any numbers at all?
It was a sellout for us. We were talking, this venue felt like it was perfectly built for a slap event. And as you guys could see, like all the influencer content creators, everyone was here again. So happy all those guys traveled out, and obviously the city came out to support.
Did you have a moment tonight that kind of made you say, like, aha, this is why I love being a part of this?
I think for me, seeing the fans actually starting to follow these guys and root for them, and that's always awesome to see. So,
yeah, I mean, we got Power Slap number 15 coming up in October, as well as Power Slap 16 that was just announced in Abu Dhabi. How excited are you that we're going to get a ton of events come the end of the year?
Yeah, there'll probably be a few more too added to that, but we'll be in Vegas, back on the at Fontainebleau, and then Space 42 again in Abu. So, the events over there are great, and excited to go back.
Awesome. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congrats on a successful night. Tons of influencers in the crowd. Obviously, back at Vegas, there were tons there. I saw from all different venues of influencing, from betting to college sports. How important is that a strategy for you to have these guys here and to promote the sport?
It was one of the things, one of the pillars that we figured we wanted to do when we started this thing. And the more and more that come, the more and more talk to their friends and their the other people in their circle, and now we get, I'll tell you, we get so many people reaching out now asking, can I come? And, love to have everyone, but, it keeps growing and growing, so.
Congrats again.
Thank you.
Hi, Frank.
Hey.
Right over here. Hi. Rob has been dominant since he's been in Power Slap since the beginning. How many more defenses do you think he would need before he could move up to fight Blackburn?
That's a next week conversation, but he's a lightweight champ, and he'll be staying at lightweight for now.
And you mentioned that you liked this arena. Could we see more events coming soon in arenas like this?
Yeah, I think we talked about this after the last event, but absolutely, this was the first start to us traveling the show around the U.S., and it's critical for the sport to grow. So you'll see more and more of it. We're actually going to start doing 2026 scheduling when we get back.
And then we have, in October, there's 2 more shows. Could we see a women's belt possibly on one of those?
Don't know yet.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we saw 2 great title defenses today, but what do you think about the contendership, I guess, of the competitors today who challenged the titles?
What, explain that a little bit more. Yeah.
We had 2 people who had title championships, and they were able to defend pretty well. But just, I guess, how do you feel about the competitive nature?
Yeah, I mean, look, these divisions, as Diana said, Trujillo's been dominant really since he started in Power Slap. Obviously, we need to add more people to the lightweight division and start building that out more. And, DeBell is, he was one of the first people that we brought over because he was doing some other slap fighting when we started this thing. He couldn't be in the house on season 1 of the reality show because he was under 21. But the kid's only 23 years old. He's like 7-0. He's the heavyweight champion, knocks out everybody. Tough guys to go against. And, I think both Dakota and West, they did their best, but there's a clear distinction at the top in those divisions.
And I also wanted to ask, outside of New Orleans, what are some other places that you guys are looking to expand for Power Slap competitions?
We're talking about, like I said, we're doing 2026 scheduling next week when I get back, but California, Texas, Florida, we'll go to these big markets that are really supportive of combat sports and where there's a big UFC pay-per-view.
I actually have one more. Obviously, two big title fights, but I think one of the most viral moments of the night was Terp Daddy Slim. From the time he came into the arena to the time he left, could you talk about his performance,
Yeah.
his celebration, all of that?
He's obviously one of the most entertaining guys we have. He's had some weight issues in the past that he needs to resolve, and I just literally told him that as we were walking back. But really excited to have him back. He brings the energy. He's sort of the epitome of what we want up there, and I'm happy for the kid.
Rank, where do you think Austin should be? Light heavy or heavyweight?
I don't know. I think light heavyweight, but he's got to figure out the weight problem.
What's your thoughts on Zakir tonight, and where do you kind of see him fitting into the heavyweight division?
Listen, Zakir's actually stayed in the U.S. From the last event. Now he'll go back to Kazakhstan. He's done a lot of training. I mean, the guy is probably one of the most, if not the most powerful guy we have on the roster. He's just got to dial in his technique, and he'll be back real soon.
I hate to be that guy, but do you think Darren Godfrey did enough to solidify himself for a title shot coming up?
I think let's see what happens with Quinones and Bordeaux. I mean, that fight's still going to happen, the trilogy, and that's definitely next in that division. But we'll see how that one goes, and then figure it out from there.
Yeah, McKinney, he was able to continue his undefeated streak. Just how do you assess his dominance in his weight division?
Yeah, he's a very athletic super heavyweight. I think he was a wrestler growing up. He's done phenomenal since he's been another entertaining guy, and another one that we add to our Hawaiian Polynesian kind of part of the roster, and you'll see him back soon again too. What's up, Sean?
Hey, brother. Just a couple for me. Is there sort of like a gray area where these guys can somehow get away with a little bit of flinch or things like that, or use tactics? Just specifically in the first fight, you could see Muniz, every time he would line it up, his opponent, Rhodes, he would be still, and then as soon as he knew the slap was coming, he would tense.
Yeah.
He was throwing Muniz.
Everyone's going to try to take or find the little bit of competitive edge that they can get. I think we've done a really good job with the rules. Everything's got to be more legal than not legal. You're seeing hands fly at extreme speeds, and the refs do a really phenomenal job of figuring that out. But we like the rule set, and when I think you could tell when something's egregious, it's very evident and it's called. But sometimes it's really close.
And then in the co-main event, is there ever a point where the corner can kind of look at their guy and be like, "Hey, man, I know you're tough, and I know you want to get back out there, but."
They can. I don't think any of the competitors are gonna do that. I actually think in that match, Blackburn did a phenomenal job when he ran on stage, got on his knees right in Dakota's face, and started counting, calm down. That's why we have these guys here. It makes a huge difference when you have veterans or champs, current champs, former champs coaching these guys.
Yeah, it just seemed like a high risk, high reward type deal, because he got to slap, but a lot of us in the audience were kind of looking at it all right, if you don't knock this guy out, it's probably over.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Hello, Frank. Greetings from Russia and congrats on successful event. Question about Zakir. He has good record, 2 events, 2 slaps, 2 wins. So it seems like Power Slap now has its own Ilya Tupuria. So the question is, how do you think, how many slaps he's away from the title shot?
Yeah, he's in 3 fights. He's knocked every guy. The last one was a DQ on clubbing. But
Anyway.
Yeah, he's listen. I think again, I want him to dial his technique in, but he's certainly at the top of the contender list for that heavyweight title shot.
And a question about Vasily Dumpling. Today, his medical ban expired. So, is there any news about if he will get this immediate revenge with the Hawaiian Hitler?
Oh, totally not. We got to go. We got to go back and figure out, that whole super heavyweight division. What's next for Dumpling?
Thank you.
It's all good, brother.